Right, another job with the Wayfarer today. What we're going to look at today is cleaning some of the rust and paintwork at the back here. I'm just going to do this as an experiment. See how well it turns out, and make sure obviously it doesn't cause any issues with the existing paint. I don't think it will. We're going to be using sorry for the light, T-Cuts, the original Restorer. So they do a few different types these days. They do a scratch one which I think has some more flecks in it of colour, so you need to kind of roughly colour match, and they do various other things, but this is the original. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start on the back here and see what happens. Now we're just doing this with a duster type. Probably should be lint free, but this is what I've got, so you know, use what you've got. Apologies for that. Let's have a look. Let's give that another dabble. Now I'm trying to not spill this, as it'll end up going everywhere, and I have a habit of doing these things. I'm trying to work around the camera, so it's a bit awkward, but we'll get there. Okie doke. Now, as you can see, that's doing quite a nice job on the paint, really bringing out the blue. Not doing a massive amount for where the rust is, obviously, but it is cleaning it off. We could do something else there. It's probably worth looking at the difference between the two. Probably hard to see in this light, actually. It's a bit direct. Let's see, we just have that's not helpful at all. Let's just knock that light down a little bit. See if that helps. But yeah, it's certainly to the naked eye. Really brought the blue out here, so that's quite happy. So what we'll do is I'm just going to get on with this side and come back in a minute, and we'll see how this has turned out. And there's a couple of other jobs that I want to make a start on, or at least test the process out, so I know I've got the right bits, and then I can. Okay, we're part of the way through now. I've changed to a lint-free cloth, or low lint cloth, and just something installed for the kitchen. I'm just working around. Sorry for the lights in the way there, but it's the only way I can see and let you see. Working around this back part of the bike, just so I can see how it actually turns out. It's certainly bringing the blue back. I'm very impressed with that. I did. I'll show you this section up here. I used a very fine sanding pad, just to very lightly put some on there, just to try and remove some of the rust. And it certainly did make a difference. Whether I'm going to continue with that, I'm not sure. I've got some recommended in a video, which is where I got the T-Cut idea from. Using some very fine steel wool, so I'm going to wait for that to arrive. I've ordered some, just a small amount, and we'll see whether that works. But this is certainly bringing out the blue, which is what I want to do. My kind of goal with this paintwork is, I'm not going to repaint the frame. I'm not going to clear coat it at this stage, or this year. As I said in my previous videos, I want to ride this bike and get out on the road. So the aim is to just take off the edge, get it looking you know, get it looking as smart as we can, and then I'll probably look to wax the bike like you would with a car. Probably need a little bit more maintaining than a clear coat would, but gives me the opportunity then at deciding another option later on. Unfortunately, my current storage in my workshop here isn't the driest. Never has been, and then a couple of years ago the roof started to fail. Now, just before lockdown, I was in the process of emptying it, and I was going to knock it down and get a wooden workshop built, as well as a kind of wooden office, so I split the areas, because at the moment it's all in one big cold concrete and asbestos garage. So the idea was that was going to happen last in 2020, so I got it probably 75% empty. Luckily managed to get some storage at a family member's house in their cellar, and then lockdown happened, so I had to put it on hold, and as these things happen, it started to get full again. So we're in a position now where it's essentially a bike workshop and nothing else. I used to have all my radio equipment in here and computers, but all that's in storage or in the house. So it's now literally it's got bike stuff in here, and garden stuff. Currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bikes in here. We've got this, which is the project bike. We have my hybrid Saracen bike, which is the bike that kind of I turn to whenever I need to just do a job and get out there and do it. So take the kids out, and that's the bike that comes with me. Got the child seat on the back. I can commute to work. That's what I'll go on most of the time. Got a rack on it and panniers, etc. And if I want to go out shopping, that's with the bike I take. I've also got, which actually I've just put up for sale on Facebook, a Winora, which is a German brand. Same company that own Raleigh now, the big Dutch cycle brand that I can't remember the name of. But Winora, I think they only make e-bikes now under that brand, but they're a kind of German, probably a similar place in the market to Raleigh. And that's from about 2005, maybe a little bit earlier. It's a mountain bike style wheels, but it's actually a kind of city bike, really. It's solid frame, there's no suspension on it or anything like that, and it's 21 speed, twist grip. It's got a rack on it, it's got dynamo lighting, internal wiring. This doesn't work at the moment, but it could be restored by somebody. It's all there. It's got all sorts of kind of European city bike type fixtures and fittings, and that was my backup bike when I was still after the first lockdown commuting into the office, and rather than having to get the train if there was a problem with my bike, or if it was particularly the weather was particularly bad and I didn't want to ride on the kind of fairly thin tyres of the hybrid, and then I could take that out with some Schwalbe Land Cruisers on, and that would do the job quite nicely. But now we won't be commuting to the office for some time, not the office I used to anyway, and the office that we have now is about 2 miles away, so my backup can be any of my bikes, which is great. So I will be commuting on the Raleigh at some point. That's the goal, but I can obviously still take the hybrid, and I have a and a few other bikes. So also I will be clearing out I have a folding bike, which, well, cheap Chinese, it's actually a Raleigh, but I don't think it ever saw the word Raleigh until they stuck a badge on it in the shop. I think it was a Halfords special, probably about 10 years ago. I bought that during the first lockdown again, and that was because we were due to go to France last year camping, and it was going to come with me and be a little bit of transport. That obviously didn't happen, and also once I picked it up, it was in much worse condition than I feared. I got it all working, or rideable at least, and used it a little bit, but there's a fair job to get it running, and I haven't really got the inclination to use it anymore. So I'll probably sell that for parts, or spares repairs on Facebook. It'll make it, the frame's solid, but if I fixed it up, it needs new brakes and gear shifter, probably a new rear derailleur. Well, it's already got rear, but yeah, probably a new rear derailleur. So by the time I've done that, I wouldn't get the money back, so I'll just sell it as it is. And then I also have my son's bike in here, and then currently at the local friendly bike workshop. First time I've used them, but they come highly recommended. I have my road bike, which is a Dawes Gyro 300. It's nothing fancy. It's not one of not one of their kind of classic style. Unfortunately, it's a much more modern. Again, so it's a British brand, but I don't think it ever saw the name Dawes until someone stuck a name on it. But hey ho, it's a nice bike. I enjoy it. I find it comfortable. Proper road bike. And I've, like I tend to do with my bikes, is customise them to work for me. So I have changed the handlebars and changed the stem and got it in the right position, changed the saddle, and fitted various bits and bobs onto it just to get it working for me. So now road bikes are, very fickle beasts in my very limited experience, especially the wheels. It's particularly narrow wheels. They're 23mm tyres on it, and it won't take much more at all, unfortunately. So it's nice and fast, but it's pretty uncomfortable. But the wheels had gone out of true, so I need to get them trued up. And I also wanted to change the rear cassette for something a little more hill friendly. It's currently got a 26 as the biggest ring on the back, so I'm getting that swapped out for 11 to 32 cassette, which should give me a little bit of climbing. Now I'm going to use this pad, see if we can get, because we've got some loose rust on here, so rather than rubbing the rust around the bike, which is probably not ideal, let's see if we can get a better shot on this. Come on, light. There we go. That might. Are we focused? Yeah, that will be fair. So rather than, so I've got to that to a local bike shop to chew the wheels up and change that cassette, because it needs a new rear derailleur. And to be honest, the speeds you tend to go down a hill on a road bike, it's probably worth it getting checked over. So having a full service and new back wheel in the end, because it was pretty shot, and new cassette. So that's in the process now. Now they're pretty busy, so it'll probably be at the end of this week when they get it done. They've had it since last week. Obviously it's costs money and not the ideal solution. I do prefer to fix things myself, but sometimes you've just got to bite the bullet. And it would certainly cost me a lot more to buy a new bike of equivalent comfort levels. So there. Right, I'm going to move the camera and get dug in here a little bit and come back shortly. Right, we're going handheld for a second, so just have a quick look at what's going on here. Let's see if we can get a slightly better. Here we go. So managed to clear quite a bit of the rust off here. I did take a little bit of paint. I was a bit vigorous there with the pad, so I'm going to stop that now. And on this side, but I've not gone in there so much, so I'm going to wait for the wire wool to arrive. But certainly, to the naked eye, the colour is, you know, a couple of tones lighter. It's just give it a quick wash down now, and then I might do a little bit more tonight. Can have a look at what the plan is with the wheels. I did do some experimentation cleaning, just using various different things, and that seemed to certainly got rid of a fair chunk of the rust. So I might do some of that. Front wheels equally as bad, and then we're just going to continue through. Now hopefully my order tomorrow, sorry for shaking around so much, my order tomorrow will arrive, which is from SJS, which will have the new brake blocks and new cables, and then I will get either fitted onto these old standard Raleigh ones, or I have got some Weinman ones, which I'm not 100% sure I've got the right washers, so I may have to go with the Weinman, the Raleigh ones to start off with, and then obtain the correct washers. I'm not sure I've got the one for the back here with the curve. I certainly have for the front one, but not for the back, so I need to do that. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Hopefully I can get it out this weekend on it. There's a slow puncture on the front tyre, but it's very, very slow, so as long as I pump it up before I go out, it should be fine. Need to get a spare tube and fix that, and then yeah, take it for a whirl and enjoy it. That's the next plan. So hopefully I'll bring you back in the next video with a slightly see if we can we zoom out here. No, we can't while we're live. Yeah, so hopefully we can come back for the next video and be able to get out on a ride on it. So catch you soon.